Hello again, people. This is Edwin Learnard here. I am going to dissertate and interpret Leo rising. People, I want to say, start out with Leo rising's appearance. Appearance generally of somebody with a Leo ascendant or rising sign generally tends to be, could be large, usually taller than average in stature. Inclines toward lighter hair, generally could be blonde hair, dark flaxen hair, or light reddish hair. The complexion can be somewhat ruddy and like a florid or reddish complexion to the face. Leos also tend to have, a very majestic carriage about them and deportment. They seem to carry themselves well and are usually very erect and upright in terms of, I guess, how they stand, and there's generally no slouch or much slouch to a Leo rising people. They tend to have broad shoulders, and as I've stated before, they carry themselves very well. They have great presence. Another thing I would like to say, this is going to be more about, I guess you could say, the personality and temperament of a Leo rising person. Leo rising people generally, they can have a fiery temperament. They have great leadership qualities and attributes. They can be easily aroused and provoked, but similar to Aries, they're not vindictive and they don't hold grudges for long. Also, they grant favors readily, are generally very magnanimous, and there's not much that a Leo rising person wouldn't do to help a friend out in need. The story, I think you know about, maybe you might have heard of it when you were younger or little, of the person that took the thorn out of the lion's toe. It's very similar to Leo rising experience. If somebody helps a Leo rising person out, they are often compelled to reciprocate and help that person out as well. And they make very loyal and steadfast allies to people and really make honorable and good friends to others. The Leo rising person, though, if it becomes a situation with somebody as to where they feel they couldn't reconcile the differences with the person for whatever reason, they may just walk away and forget about the person completely. Leo rising people as parents can be, as I've stated with their personality traits, can be loyal and steadfast, but can be domineering and would need to control, maybe just the fact of being too possessive and controlling of their children. Leo rising people are also very loyal in love and make a very staunch ally to in love mate or what have you to a significant other. Leo rising people as well, I would say, are driven toward like leadership roles, and because they have that commanding personality and presence, when a Leo rising person walks into a room, they generally can make a splash, and they very rarely go unnoticed. They exude a vibrancy that is generally very difficult to not see. Again, let me get back to as far as like vocations for Leo rising people. Leo rising people can function well in a leadership role, whether it would be something like in a militant position where they would be like a sergeant or the head of even like a troop. I think also, wherever it may be, even if it's like, say, if it was something even like in retail, they really strive for management type positions and always want to be, I guess, at the head of the class, so to speak. Also, Leo rising people can make great actors and actresses because of their dramatic ability and ability to perform. some famous people have Leo rising. Of course, just like all people of notoriety have every all rising signs have somebody of fame connected with them. Al Pacino is Leo rising. Meryl Streep has Leo rising as well. Know if I'm pronouncing this right. General Schwarzkopf, I believe, one of the greatest military and strategizers of our time. I believe not only he had his sun sign in Leo, but I believe his ascendant was in Leo as well. Also, it's interesting to take note that whenever we delineate or analyze a rising sign, that we need to factor in some other elements from time to time. I have a friend, and she has a sun sign in Virgo, but she has Leo rising. And in that instance, of course, even though I think the rising sign is more dominant in terms of the personality and appearance as opposed to the sun sign, she's more of, I guess you could say, like a reticent or humble type of Leo rising person. As far as her Leo goes in her, when she walks into a room, she generally has good, as I've stated, command. She has very good presence and is charismatic. And she even works in, a field where she does, I guess, simulated, crime scenes, entertains people with fake crime scenes and murder mysteries. But at the same time, the Virgo is factored in because she is very attentive to detail, and she is not maybe, I would say, quite as extroverted as somebody that might have been like Aries with Leo rising, or somebody that had a masculine sun sign, even as Gemini with Leo ascendant, as opposed to Virgo with Leo rising. So anyway, people, that's it for my delineation and interpretation of Leo rising. Stay tuned next time, and I will talk about Virgo rising. Take care.